USA Radio News with John Hunt.
A British oil tanker was seized in the Strait of Hormuz by Iranian forces, while another was temporarily stopped and sent on its way. Here's the words of British Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt.
The Stena Impero was seized in Omani waters in clear contravention of international law. This is totally and utterly unacceptable. It raises very serious questions about the security of British shipping and indeed international shipping.
Iran's Revolutionary Guard claims that they seized the tanker for violating international regulations. 3 members of a now-defunct white supremacist group were sentenced to more than 2 years in prison for punching, kicking, and choking counter-demonstrators at a white nationalist rally in Charlottesville and events in California. Benjamin Daly, Thomas Gillen, and Michael Miselis were members of the group known as the Rise Above Movement, and the U.S. Attorney's Office sentenced them yesterday. This is USA Radio News. Native and Japanese Americans were among the hundreds of people who gathered in Lawton, Oklahoma, to protest the Trump administration's plan to use Fort Sill, which was a Japanese internment camp in World War II, to detain undocumented migrant children. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Fort Sill will be used as a temporary emergency influx shelter to house those undocumented children. About 40,900 migrant children have been taken into custody this year through April 30th, a 57% increase, according to HHS. Former Vice President Joe Biden is leading the pack of 2020 Democratic presidential candidates, with Senators Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren tied for second, according to a new NBC News SurveyMonkey poll. The poll shows that 25% of respondents would vote for Biden if a primary was held today, while Sanders and Warren garnered 16%. Senator Kamala Harris of California was close behind with 14%, with all other candidates under 10% at this time. This is USA Radio News. There's another E. coli outbreak in the United States. USA's Wendy King tells us what to watch out for.
More than 20 people in 7 states have gotten sick with E. coli, and the CDC's Colin Basler says ground bison is to blame.
At this point in time, it's only ground bison products. So people are eating bison burgers in restaurants, but we have some people who reported purchasing ground bison at grocery stores.
He says nearly 50% of the people who have gotten sick ended up in the hospital. The ground bison was from Canada and was distributed across the United States. Consumers should check their freezer to see if they have any of the recalled bison, and if you order bison at a restaurant, make sure it's not rare and thoroughly cooked. For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
A new study reports that taking vitamins and mineral supplements might not help you live a longer life or reduce your risk for cardiovascular problems. John Clements reports.
It's often been said you can't out-supplement a diet that is unhealthy. Dr. Andrew Chow is with the Council for Responsible Nutrition.
One of the important roles that supplements play is to help fill those nutrient gaps that are left by a suboptimal diet. They're not a replacement for the diet. They are a supplement to the diet. Hence, the name fits perfectly.
Many Americans attempt a perfect diet, but miss the mark.
We all strive, some more than others, to try to obtain a perfect or an optimal diet, but more often than not, we fall short.
I'm John Clemens.
For USA Radio News, I'm John Hunt.